Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. The wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and take pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll wave the road, from sideline judge to post-match tales. All the big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How is everybody doing? Welcome along to this test match between the All Blacks and England. Beautiful looking stadium, may I say. Hats off there, Allianz Stadium over there in England. An impressive sight as the teams are ready to come out onto the field. We were torn here between this one and the Samoa vs England Rugby League test match, but of course, as always is the case here, well, not always, but most of the time, as is the case, we have gone towards the rugby union because I am a rugby boy through and through. Of course, Gina Ferracini, ahoy there. Someone's up late. Dan Jam, ahoy, mate. Sorry, Dan Jam, I did wonder about that, mate. I did wonder if this was indeed the classic old Twickenham. And yes, obviously, Dan Jam setting me straight. Vobsy, ahoy, buddy. Tanya Godwin, ahoy there. Welcome along. Ready for this one. Should be a cracking game. I'm expecting a close contest, but I'm expecting this game to be won by New Zealand with the ending of the Damien McKenzie experiment. Can we have a round of applause, please, for finally the DMAC experiment is over. Beauden Barrett back in the number 10 where he belongs. And I think that with a proper game controlling number 10, the All Blacks will just get across the line here today. I'm expecting the All Blacks by 8. And 8 is not a comfortable win by any stretch of the imagination. Don't you worry about that. I'm also leaning towards Caleb Clark to get a try. And once again, ever faithful Jamie George. I have had Jamie George on so many same-game multis, and he has always come through for me, and I'm anticipating the same again tonight. Jamie George, an emphatic try-scoring hooker. And he might be the captain too. Is he the captain? Has he got the C next to his name? I'm not quite sure. I don't have that information in front of me right now. As the teams prepare for the anthems, and I can also tell you that right before we went live, England have just scored a try, and they have converted it to lead Samoa in the Rugby League test by 8 points to 6. Did they convert it? Yes, they did. 8 points to 6 there. Dan Jam asks, any thoughts on Joe Marler's comments on the haka? Not really, Dan Jam, to be honest. I mean, I'm more surprised that Marler deleted his Twitter account or X account. I'm more surprised by the fact that he did the old tweet and delete, not called that anymore. But X and delete just doesn't sound the same, does it? Doesn't have the same ring to it. Doesn't roll off the tongue. I'm very surprised that he actually, instead of doubling down, he just went, oh, bollocks it, I've opened up a can of worms here, and deactivated his X account. I'm surprised by that. But it's all fun and games, mate, honestly. There's always, whenever there's a big game in the making, the opposition will attack the haka. There's nothing new about that. And I don't think it would have ruffled the All Blacks' feathers too much. Really, not anybody important anyway, to be honest. I don't think anybody particularly cares what other people say. I mean, what other people say about it. It's part and parcel of the All Blacks game. It's the All Blacks laying down the challenge. It's tradition. It will forever stay tradition. And it's just one of those things that I really don't think the All Blacks particularly care what other people think about it. Least of all, Joe Marler. And that's no offense to Joe Marler, but exactly, storm in a teacup. Bobsy asks if a team like Australia could create something similar to the haka. Well, funnily enough, I believe, I could be mistaken here. I'm pretty sure I'm not imagining this entire thing, though, but I'm fairly certain at one point the Indigenous players of Australian rugby did get together and form a challenge, a war dance, if you will. At one point, led by Curtly Beale, I want to say. I feel like I could be horribly mistaken about that, though. I could be throwing lies out there into the netherworld. It will be interesting, though, to see the All Blacks, which haka they throw out there. Sergeant Backstein. Ahoy there, mate. Little known fact, South Africa also has their own version of the haka. So there you go. Popsy wants to see the Aussies do the ray gun hop after the All Blacks do the haka. It'd certainly be a distraction. I'm not going to lie, Popsy, that might not be the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, think about mind games, right? Mind games as England line up to face the haka. We'll come back to that. I do think you're onto something there, Popsy. I really do. Think about mind games. Would that not just completely freak out the opposition if you just suddenly break out the ray gun dance as the All Blacks in formation? Let's see. Traditional kamate or kapawango. Which one will they pull out? Swing low, sweet chariot rings out around the ground. The supporters trying to drown out the haka as they do here at Twickenham. Twickenham, Dan Jam. And they march forward in formation, England. Obviously, you're not allowed anymore to cross the halfway line. But that is an absolutely beautiful sight. The English team, linked in arms, marching forward to face the haka head on. And the All Blacks are whipping out Kapawango. At one point, they did say that this was reserved for the biggest of big occasions, so that signals what this test match means to them. Creeping forward towards England on the halfway line. The teams are about 10 metres apart here as this rendition of the haka comes to a close. And that is as close as the teams are allowed to get in the haka these days, which is very unfortunate. There was nothing like those old days where the haka was met with a unified French team or England or anybody really marching forward to meet the All Blacks head on, face to face, nose to nose, organising where everybody's going to get together and have drinks afterwards. The Zulus' war cry. There you go. A little history lesson for us there from Sergeant Backstein. Cheers, Sergeant. Always interesting to have some knowledge bombs dropped upon us. Cheers, mate. Looking forward to see how Beauden Barrett goes back in the number 10 jersey, because I've been calling for it for how long now? The Damian McKenzie experiment needed to end. It has finally ended. And so if Beauden Barrett does not have a 10 out of 10 performance here today, then, well, unfortunately it might mean that the Damian McKenzie experiment is recalled. Scott Robertson under the pump, of course. A very shaky start, but I put that down to the fact that he persisted largely with the team that he inherited. I'm really surprised by that, to be perfectly honest. I thought that Scotty Razor Robertson would have been the sort of coach not afraid to make mass changes and really put the cleaners through the team. But I feel like he really has chosen to do things slowly but surely. He gave Damian McKenzie ample opportunity, and Damian McKenzie did not respond. He had a sour old game against Japan. And Beauden Barrett gets the nod today. Stay hunky, ahoy, mate. We're ready for kickoff in this one. I've gone All Blacks to win by 8. Caleb Clark and Jamie George, anytime try scorers. Let's see how it pans out. Angus Gardner, the referee. I quite like that. I don't mind that at all. Aussie Angus. Patiently waiting for the clock to wind down and get us underway here. All Blacks versus England. We are off and running. Beauden Barrett with the kickoff in England. Secure the ball and set up the ruck just inside their own 22. And Spencer's got it at the back. Takes a couple of steps. That puts the kick under pressure. And it's crossfield. Space early, but falling over as he takes the ball and driven into touch. Emmanuel Waboso. It was on there. Marcus Smith. A pinpoint accurate kick across field. Catching Caleb Clark slightly infield. Ed Vogel says, when was the last time England beat the All Blacks? Probably not all that long ago, to be honest. Probably not as long as it may seem, as the All Blacks throw to the line out. Straight over the back. And they secure the ball in midfield. Back to halfway for Barrett. Kicks high for the corner. Looking for Talea. Talea challenges and wins in the air. Couldn't get the offload to Jordan, but does get the offload to Ioane. And they go on the attack now, the All Blacks. An early shift. Barrett, again, the kick. Crossfield. Charged down, though, by England. And Will Stewart secures it. And Ben Spencer says, let's just get out of here. Let's get out of this end of the field. And Talea slips as he takes it. Back to Jordan. Jordan under pressure. And the All Blacks now pinned back down into their own territory. Just outside their 22, so they can't put this out on the full. Ratima not interested in kicking, though. Fires it back for Barrett. A crossfield kick for Caleb Clark, who has the ball knocked out of his grasp. And Cody Taylor races back to collect the loose ball, but he is sacked 10 metres out, and England look to put a drive on. But the All Blacks get back and secure. Well, we've seen a very clear tactic early from both sides. Crossfield kicks. looking for the wings. And the All Blacks clear, and this game can settle down just a little bit. But we have seen from both sides crossfield kicks from midfield to the wings. England, straight over the top. They go quick with the lineup. They've got numbers to the left, but Smith dummies and goes up the middle. Brought down. 15 out from the All Blacks line. Great position here for England and a golden opportunity. They stay down the short side. Just drawing in the numbers. Going through the phase play. Awaiting their opportunity. Can they break open this All Blacks defense? Itoje, straight up the middle, Itoje. And he's brought down 10 meters out. Or thereabouts. England looking very threatening early. Penalty advantage. Spencer goes to Smith. They can put it through the hands now. Attacking that left-hand edge, but the All Blacks defense stands firm. Still under penalty advantage. There's a knock on from Martin, and we'll come back for the penalty. And England will surely slot the 3 here, unless they decide that 3 points at a time is not going to do it. We'll wait and see what the call is here. It's an absolute gift right out in front. Tania Godwin says Scotland are playing Fiji later. Yes, indeed. I have considered, hey, look, if I'm awake, I will cover the Scotland-Fiji game because I am very interested in that one as well. So if I'm awake, we'll definitely do that, as England in the Rugby League have scored another couple of tries. And approaching the halftime break, they now lead Toa Samoa 16 points to 6. Ed Vogel, you only remember when England upset the All Blacks in the 2019 Rugby World Cup? Yeah, I think they've won since then, I'm pretty sure, and they are taking the 3 here. I can tell you exactly. I just need to jump on my phone here and look it up. From right out in front, it was a gift 3 points. It was too much to say no to. Marcus Smith puts it over, and England lead this 3 points to 0. So England beat the All Blacks in the 2019 Rugby World Cup. There you go. I would have sworn blind that they won again since then, but I believe I would be thinking of the 25-all draw in November 2022. That's what I'd be thinking of. A draw is as good as a win, honestly, against the All Blacks. Off the back of points, Spencer with the box kick. Not a lot of distance. Jake White tried to revive the Zulu war cry, says Brent. I can imagine Jake White doing that too. Jake White, a very, very smart coach. What's he doing these days? Does anybody know? Spencer with the box kick. To the air this time. Not looking for distance. Looking for contestable ball. But Will Jordan Superman's through the sky and claims it. Barrett onto Geordie Barrett. Bowden to Geordie. That was. All Blacks ball on halfway. England get hands in the ruck. They're looking to disrupt. But it's still All Blacks ball. Bowden Barrett with the clearing kick. Taken by Smith. Smith now returns in kind, finds turf, and bounces it over the touchline in All Black territory. What a kick there by Smith. A solid start here from England. I'd say that they're winning the early territorial battle, hands down. Amoa throws into the line-out. He's on early. What happened to Cody Taylor? Cody Taylor must be off for some form of injury assessment. Asofa Amoa on the field early. Numbers to the left here for the All Blacks. Clark in space, decides to kick, sprays it off the side of the boot, and it's into touch on the full. No more kicking duties there for Caleb Clark. It's 3 points to 0. Will Burks, 3 points to 0. A Harry Smith, Jesus. A Marcus Smith penalty goal early for England. Put them on top. We've come back for a penalty to the All Blacks, so Caleb Clark gets away with that mistake. England were offside, I'm assuming. It could be the only plausible penalty there. And Caleb Clark gets away with a huge error. And the All Blacks go on the attack. Well, should they win this line-out ball? Attacking line-out. 22 out from England's line. Amua throws over the top again, but nobody was waiting for it. New Zealand do get in and clean up the mess that they've created. 22 metres out in front of the sticks. Wallace and Gromit Sititi puts the head down and barges under a couple of defenders. Vae crawls forward another couple of metres. Ratima looks open side, goes short side. There is Sititi. Pops the pass up for Talea. And Talea dances down the sideline to score. That is a magical try. Cortez Ratima. He was looking open side. He sold all the defenders that he was going open side. And then a late shift down the blind side to Sititi. A perfect pop pass up for Talea. Tippy toes down the sideline to score. 5 points to 3. The All Blacks have hit back. What an offload from Wallace and Gromit Sititi. And I had the wrong winger in my pre-game prediction. My pre-game prediction, of course, was Caleb Clark, anytime try. They've gone to the opposite edge. And Mark Talea with the first try of the match. All Blacks lead 5 points to 3. Conversion attempt from out wide is right down the middle. It's a perfect kick from the sideline. And it is now 7 points to 3. The All Blacks in the lead. I'm assuming that Geordie Barrett, Geordie Barrett or Bowden Barrett, one of the Barretts would be doing the goal kicking. It all happened so fast. We didn't see it. Back underway. I'm loving these experimental rules with the shot clocks, right? The pace of the game has picked up immensely. I mean, it has been it's been under a minute. The conversion is taken. The kickoff has got back underway. Ratima with the box kick up towards halfway. Clark tries to keep it infield. Out on the full, and it's coming all the way back. Ratima was planted outside the 22. I don't think he realized it, Cortez Ratima. He should have, because he was actually where they've come back to, a long way out of the 22. England go to the middle. Itoji claims it. Ollie Lawrence takes it inside the 22. And now Waboso. Just setting up phase ball in midfield here, England. Lined up to the left. Smith with the double pump. Can't fool the defence. They're 10 metres out. Big hit there on Stewart. He's rocked backwards, the big prop. Back we come for a drop goal. Smith, it's a shocker. We were playing under penalty advantage, though. And that's why I think Smith was the only person who knew it. And we come back for the penalty and another attempt at 3 points here for England if they want it. And I dare say they probably do. Angus Gardner just explaining here to Scotty Barrett. It was an off-the-ball hit. Oh, yes, big time. Big time. Asafa Amoa there on Marcus Smith, taking him out after the pass, and that's a completely fair enough call. 100% fair penalty, and Smith is indeed lining up the shot at 3. 12 minutes gone, and it's about to be 7 points to 6. All Blacks with the only try of the game so far. Mark Talea dancing down the sideline. Smith will line this up. He's about 10 metres to the left of the uprights. And just inside the 22. I mean, it's pretty much a gift. He's too close. He's decided, no, this is too easy. I'm going to walk it back a little bit. And he does send it back a little bit. Should be an absolute gimme here for Smith to make it 7 points to 6. Candy says, great commentator. Cheers, Candy. The Hauntarium says, thank you for sharing. No worries, Hauntarium. And Tyrrell Legacy, ahoy, mate. Penalty goal is successful, and it's 7 points to 6. 12 and a half gone. Tania Godwin says, danger of getting overexcited and giving away penalties. In the rugby league, oh, God, I've closed my scoreline. What an idiot. The All Blacks get us back underway in this one. Closing my bloody screens everywhere. What am I thinking? 12, half-time. Half-time in the rugby league. And England leading 22 points to 6 over Samoa. Oh, they're putting them to the sword as the All Blacks come away with the ball. Counter ruck is good. Ratima sends it out to Jordan. Changes direction. Back in field for Geordie Barrett. They still can't get inside England's 22. Right they go. Barrett with a loose ball. Lost forward. But is there a penalty incoming? Angus Gardner's blown this one up. He's called for the TMO. He wants to have a look. Oh, yep, hands on the ball. Ball was out. Terrell Lomax doing extremely well there to win that turnover. And this will be a scrum down. All Blacks, they did knock on. So it will be England's feet. "14 minutes gone. 1 point the difference. This game really shaping up to be a grandstand finish. I know there's a long way to go for us to be talking about the finish of the game, but looks like we've got a close one on our hands. Tania Godwin says, you think Jake White still consults to the IRB on uplifting underprivileged young people into rugby? That sounds like a Jake White thing to do, to be perfectly honest. I can imagine him doing that. We've been saying nothing but good things about him, and I can imagine him doing that. Scrum holds firm here for England, and they clear. Taken on the full at the back by Jordan. Jordan returns it to halfway. He's brought down. Ratima now releases the ball into midfield, and Tupo away. Kane back in field to Talea. Bounces away from one. Talea. The All Blacks putting it through the hands here in midfield. Ratima back for Barrett. Bowden Barrett puts the ball high. Looking for a contestable kick out wide. It's lost forward by England. It's lost forward by the All Blacks, and we'll have a scrum down. Someone said F off. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, Ed. Ed Vogel, did I watch the Kiwis-Tonga game today? Yes, not only did I watch it, I covered it here. What a game to cover. If only they could all be like that, right? and it was very enjoyable, and it was the biggest stream ever. There were 1,000 peak concurrent viewers at one point on YouTube and 14,000 total views, which is easily the biggest stream that we've ever had on YouTube. Well, or anywhere, to be honest. Wasted World of Sports live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. But on YouTube today, that Kiwis-Tonga game was hands down the biggest stream that we've ever had. 14,000 views, 1,000 peak concurrent at one point there in the second half. The Tongans are still partying, says Tyrrell Legacy. They probably would be, and fair enough. I almost said something else then. What I would say in my away from streaming live, I've nearly just said it here on the live stream. Fair. I think you know what I was probably going to say. Fair enough, though, to them. Long may they keep partying. They deserve it. It was an impressive first half. Talk about a game of two halves. Anyway, scrum down here. The All Blacks with the feed. Ratima. In it goes. Solid foundation there from the All Blacks. And straight up the middle goes Ioane, but he spills it and leaves it behind. And we're going to have another scrum. It's scrums or us out there at the moment. And we've got another one about to pack down. Unstoppable says, I called the Tonga win. Awesome job. Unstoppable. You are unstoppable. Even in tipping, it would seem. I really did think that the Kiwis would get it together after their first hit out and be a little bit too good. But yes, I was wrong. They were so bad in that first half, the Kiwis. So bad. Candy loves that the Tongans are partying. You're in Turkey. Oh, nice. With an England fan. And really wanting us to party, I'm assuming. Very nice. Now, I used to have a subscriber to my old gaming channel, Intoxigamer, which will be coming back at some point, by the way. From Turkey. We used to play chess together online after the streams. I mean, I don't know why I'm sharing that. Just a little tidbit, I suppose, since Turkey came up. All right, scrum down here for England. As Rico Ioane's left the field with Bloodbin. Big push here from the All Blacks. Illegally, though, says Angus Gardner. The All Blacks bore in and collapse. And a penalty to England at scrum time. Unstoppable. You follow my YouTube content during this NRL season. Great content. Cheers, mate. Very much appreciate that. As England failed to find touch with the penalty kick. That is unforgivable. And Will Jordan now clears back down into English territory. England put it high and contestable again. Great work, but this is rocked out in the tackle. And over the sideline it goes. Was it knocked on by the All Blacks or lost into touch by Freeman? Line out throw it is. 18 minutes gone. 7 points to 6. All Blacks go to the middle. Tupou Vai takes it and they release it immediately. Barrett pops the pass up for Talea. Talea to Jordan. Hospital ball. Gets the ball back though to Beauden Barrett. But they're going backwards here. This English defence is prime. Lomax into contact. Cunningham South tries to rip it away. And Beauden Barrett now forced to clear. A contestable kick on halfway. Taken above his head there, Tommy Freeman. And England are back in possession. The All Blacks failing to make any inroads in attack. Based on the way the rest of this half has been going, you'd have to say quite lucky to be in the lead. As this kick down to Jordan, who's under the pump again. Oh, Will Jordan is just not getting any relief there at the back. He has been under the pump. He's not been allowed to run. But the All Blacks secure possession here. Ratima setting up the box kick. Gets it away. Can't find touch. Of course, he was outside the 22. All Blacks tap it back. Scott Barrett is wrapped up by Itoje. Ratima now out to Beauden Barrett. Barrett dinks it in over the top, looking for the bounce. Gets it. Beauden Barrett gets a second kick away. And Ratima's chasing it down. But England are back. Marcus Smith is on the ball, but he's under the pump here. The All Blacks look to drive over the top of this, but they've gone off their feet. Penalty advantage here for England. And that was really poor from the All Blacks in the end. They were driving over the top of it, but they left their feet. And a relieving penalty here for England. A little bit of Beauden Barrett magic has nearly paid dividends. But England, hold on. Marcus Smith, he makes no mistake of the touch. I find it very distracting that Dove is one of the main sponsors on the skirting boards around the ground. I don't know why it just doesn't look right. It's like here is this big blokes bashing the hell out of each other, and then around all the skirting boards is just Dove Advanced. It just doesn't feel right. As Itoje bursts up the middle, gets the ball free for Stewart. The kick in over the top. Another kick, and it's into touch inside the 22. Well, there was a forward pass missed there, surely. Itoje with some great work. Spencer it was, I do apologise. Gets the kick away, and he's well in touch before he got that second kick away. Dan Jam reckons the Dove sponsorship is because Smith is a pretty boy. He does look like, we're talking about Marcus Smith, of course, the English fly half, does look like he could be the front man for a boy band. I can picture Marcus Smith actually slotting into like A1 or Westlife or something very, very easily. All Blacks, short line out. Secure the ball. Another little chip in midfield, and again it's lost forward. Leonard Brown this time. Oh, damn. Jesus, mate. Now Marcus Smith. Space for Itoje down the wing. Yes, I said Itoje down the wing. Gets the kick into the 22, but Jordan perfectly positioned, and now Beauden Barrett receives the pass and returns it with interest. A 55-metre kick. England playing foursome backs. Geordie Barrett this time puts it high. It's going to land inside the 22, and England can mark it. Waboso takes it. And everybody can just have a little bit of a breather, myself included. Waboso clears up towards halfway. Amua goes quickly. All Blacks ball. Sam Cane on halfway in midfield. Ratima goes in behind the ruck to Beauden Barrett. Barrett puts the kick up. Taken away by Waboso. Waboso gets away from Clark. Brings it up towards halfway before he is absolutely slammed to the turf by Amua. But Caleb Clark, play on, says Angus Gardner, but then the All Blacks go off their feet and England secure the ruck ball. On halfway, England ball. 23 and a half minutes gone. Spencer with the box kick. Chasing through, putting pressure on Beauden Barrett, who is thumped in the tackle. It spills backwards for Jordan. Sam Cane receives the pass, but he's under the pump. The All Blacks get pushed back inside their own 22. And now Beauden Barrett finds space up the middle. He's got support, but he dummies. Geordie Barrett it is, I apologise. Offloads to Ratima. Ratima will kick through in behind the line. And Will Jordan's there to make the tackle. And a penalty, though, to England because Jordan has gone straight to ground on the English player. And you can't do that. You have to maintain your feet. Rugby is a game played off your on your feet. You can't go off feet or it will be a penalty. And I keep getting those Barrett boys confused. I apologise for that. Bloody Geordie and Beauden look so similar at a distanced camera angle. They really do. The All Blacks tonight, yes, they seem like they're just forgetting the basic rules of the game. They're giving away so many stupid penalties. Driving over the ruck, leaving their feet, diving on a prone player on the ground. Just really, really silly penalties. And poor Scotty Razor Robertson, he'll be tearing his hair out up there in the coach's box. Because he is off to a rough start with this coaching gig. 100% AFBOCC. You can't play rugby on your back or your belly. You must be on your feet. England throw to the front. They lose the ball. Play on, says the referee. Why not? I suppose. Let's just let it roll. Let him play. They say it was very scrappy, but England do come away with it. Cunningham South. DJ Shack, ahoy, mate. Spencer to Smith. Inside ball for Slade. Almost ghosts his way through. And now they spill the ball. Genge. Play on. Well, why the hell not? The last one was let go. Let's just play on for that one as well. And the All Blacks do come away with it. And maybe that's why he says play on. It's straight up the middle. Sititi having another blinder. Wallace and Gromit Sititi. Talea. Cut out pass for Jordan. Jordan will kick and chase. Jordan's got pace. And it's secured at the back, though, by Furbank. This time the All Blacks maintain their feet, but England are back in numbers. They secure the ball. Well defended there in the end, England. 7 points to 6. It remains. Spencer has it at the base of the ruck. Box kick clearance. Away it goes. Up towards halfway. England are looking very good. Tyler. England are looking very good. The All Blacks are looking very shaky. All Blacks go to the middle of the line out. Scott Barrett. Loose ball again from the All Blacks in midfield. Play on, says Angus Gardner. He's decided, Angus, he's not going to call any more knock-ons. He's sick of scrums, is what's happened. We've had about 72 scrums, and I might be exaggerating slightly, but we've had a lot of scrums in the opening of this game as Beauden Barrett puts the inside ball to Will Jordan, and Will Jordan tears the defence apart. And Will Jordan, just as I've given praise to England, Will Jordan and Beauden Barrett with some beautiful interplay, and Will Jordan cruises through a big hole, then goes across the line out wide. 12 points to 6. Right when I've given credit to England, the commentator's curse strikes. Beauden Barrett with the inside ball to Will Jordan, who goes straight through. 12 points to 6, the kick to come. And it is Beauden Barrett with the conversion attempt. Puts another one right down the middle. Keep giving credit to England. Beauden Barrett converts. And it's 14 points to 6. I had literally just got through saying how England have really stood up and the All Blacks have been looking flaky. And then some beautiful play by that man, Beauden Barrett. I did say at the top of the stream, though, that Beauden Barrett, I believe, will be the difference tonight. The Damien McKenzie experiment is rightfully over. And Beauden Barrett back where he belongs as the starting fly half. The All Blacks secure the kickoff. Second half is underway in the Rugby League. And Samoa have hit back through Isaac Tungo. Converted by Poga. And it is 22 points to 12. Samoa are not out of this match yet. They are fighting back. John Ty has joined the channel membership. Cheers, John. Very much appreciate that, mate. Welcome to the stands. As England secure some loose ball. Another knock on from the All Blacks. Smith pops the pass up here for Jamie George. George pushes the pass, and it's loose. It's on the turf, but we'll come back for that original All Blacks knock on. Yes, another one. "46 minutes gone in the Rugby League as we've got an injury stoppage here. Jamie George is being attended to. 22 points to 12. England over Samoa in the Rugby League. As good as it's been great seeing England play Samoa. Obviously, if this All Blacks game was not on, we would have been covering this England and Samoa Rugby League test match. As good as it is to see England playing Samoa, it is disappointing that Samoa have not been involved in the Rugby Pacific Championships. Oh, Sam Cane with a hit off the ball. Will be coming back for a penalty here, right out in front. This is coming back for a penalty. Sam Cane with a hit off the ball. Now, England have a decision to make. England have a choice to make here. It's quite clear that they're not going to win this game going up in threes. Oh, yellow card could be incoming here. Off the ball. Oh, no, he's got away with it. Angus Gardner just says, I don't want to see any more tackles like it. I don't want to see any more like it. The next one's going to the bin because that is, of course, the second time that the All Blacks have been penalised for such an offence. Now, this is a big decision. Do they take the 3 here? Make it 14 points to 9. 10 minutes to go till a halftime break. It looks like they are going to take the points. I just get the feeling, in all honesty, it looks very clear that they're not going to win this by going up in threes. But yes, as we've got this little stoppage in play, John Ty, thank you very much for joining the YouTube channel membership, mate. Let us know in the chat room, if you like, who your favourite team is, and we'll get your name and your jersey added to the All-Stars squad. As Smith puts this one over, a gift 3 points once again, and it is 14 points to 9. Three penalty goals for England, 2 tries for New Zealand. And I just wonder about that decision. I'm an advocate for taking the points whenever they're on offer. But I just wonder if they're going to get this game by going up in 3 points at a time. All Blacks go short with the kickoff. England secure the ball. Spencer with the box kick. It's high. It's contestable. It's lost forward by England. And Jordan secures it at the back. Fires the pass across infield to Beauden Barrett, who gets away from the defence. Kicks forward, looking for himself. But he falls in back play and will come back for the scrum. The knock-on against England. 32 minutes gone, 14 points to 9. And another scrum. I really do feel like there's been so many scrums tonight. And the scrums have been very, like if you've got the feed, you win it. Dan on TikTok says, I'm a gingerbread man. Well, I won't try to catch you then. The scrum sets. Ratima feeds. The feed is far from straight. I would really love to see that clamped down on. All Blacks release it quickly out to the left. Ratima to Sititi. Out the back to Beauden Barrett. Barrett to Vi. And Artie Savia been very quiet tonight. But gets involved here. Barrett. Geordie Barrett. Dummies. He's hit hard. Theo Dan is playing. He is on the pine. I'm sure we'll see him in the second half. Another big hit here on the All Blacks. They've lost the ball. We're going to get another scrum down. Cunningham South with a huge tackle. And he is now winding up the crowd. Do you understand that you're still behind? I mean, I love seeing players enjoy the moment. But when you're still behind in the game, you probably shouldn't be showboating quite that much. A big hit, though, from Cunningham South. It was a glorious tackle. I've only said Artie Sauvage's name once this whole game. Tadia Godwin, and that is really unusual. Now, that's not to suggest that he's only had one involvement, but I've only said his name once, which says he hasn't really done too much when he has been involved. Scrum number 649 for the game, about to pack. Swing low, sweet chariot. I've got the television down so low. And a penalty to England. At scrum time again, the All Blacks getting pushed backwards and collapsing. And this will be surely now another shot at 3 points. And well, maybe I have to eat my own words here. Maybe England will overrun the All Blacks here by going up in threes. Ill discipline from the All Blacks, keeping England in touch, and they do point for poles. Marcus Smith says, we'll have another one, thanks. And it's about to be 14 points to 12 because I cannot foresee Smith missing this one. He's 3 from 3 so far. And this one right out in front. The penalty situation is indeed a shocker. The All Blacks have given away so many penalties. So many. It's unreal. It's actually unreal. The amount of penalties they've given away. From right out in front, he's a fair way back, though, about 40 metres. But right out in front, and makes no mistake, you weren't expecting it, were you? I wasn't. Right down the middle, Marcus Smith makes it 14 points to 12 with 4 minutes to go until the halftime break. Edge of your seat stuff here at Twickenham. All Blacks get us back underway. taken by Earl. Earl puts the step on. Some fancy footwork by the big man. Spencer looks to clear with the box kick. It's charged down and the All Blacks are in possession. 22 metres out from the line. They could have last say here in the first half. Bowden Barrett in midfield, straightens, takes it into contact, offloads for Ioane, who's back on the field. Ioane now offloads to Ratima. Loose pass across the middle of the field to Amua. They've gone nowhere. The All Blacks, they've gone backwards, actually. Geordie Barrett out to Jordan, who spills it. England get boot to ball, but it sits up for Sititi at the back. Play on, says the referee. Advantage is over, and Sititi goes straight up the middle. He throws a forward pass to Tupove, who knocks it on anyway, and we will see scrum number 6032 about to be packed. The crowd erupting in a chorus of boos because they feel like that was a very short advantage. Oh, Sititi. He's been a standout for Scotty Razor Robertson's All Blacks. But that was a dead set shocker. If that pass hits the chest, they probably score a try. And he just didn't quite get it right there. It was a little too far out. Well, a long way too far out in front. Wallace and Gromit Sititi. That's a big mistake, that one, right on the stroke of half-time. And Sam Cane just giving him a pat on the back there, pat on the shoulder, saying, it's all right, mate. You're doing well. Keep the head up. Chin up. And another scrum. Honestly, the halftime stats are going to be very interesting. A, the number of penalties that the All Blacks have given away, and B, the amount of scrums that there's been in this game. Both of them have been quite high. 28 points to 12. England over Samoa in the Rugby League International. Herbie Farnworth has scored another try for England, and they extend their lead. 56 and a half minutes gone. 28 points to 12. Connor Crowley, I will be doing the Scotland match if I'm awake. And I dare say I will be, because honestly, it's pretty much on straight after this one, isn't it? I'm pretty sure this game spills straight on into it. So I probably have no excuse, really, for not doing it. Let's try and pull up some stats. Scotland are playing Fiji, I believe, immediately following this game. Okay, yeah, so it's on 3:40 a.m. my time. Scotland versus Fiji. It's 2 o'clock already, which means, we've got another hour in this one. Okay, so there'll be a little bit of time in between, but that gives me time to set up the stream and everything. So, in the Union, yes, Dan. So I'm just pulling up these stats for the game so far as this scrum repacks. I think both teams are pretty keen to just get into halftime. Penalties is what I want to see here. 59% territory in favour of England. We want penalties conceded. 7 by the All Blacks. 7. Scrums. Where's scrums? Wow, 7 penalties. Okay, so there's only been 6 scrums. I find that hard to believe. It feels like there's been a mountain more as the All Blacks collapse again, but England release the ball. And the kick straight into touch. It has deflected off the All Blacks. And it will be England throw into the line-out. 30 seconds to go till the halftime break. And I think both teams, honestly, probably pretty keen for a sit down. The All Blacks with 2 tries. England with 4 penalty goals. I apologise, 4 penalty goals. And now they have a penalty advantage. The All Blacks go into that maul from the side. Smith looks for the chip kick over the top, but he knows that there's a penalty incoming. Time is up on the clock. But they will get to play the line out, of course, if they put this into touch. And it's been given to Henry Slade. Henry Slade's going to take this kick. Trying to chew off as many meters as he can. Not a lot of distance found. All these games are available on a website called Rugby Pass. Rugby Pass is the go-to website for catching all the games live. As England come down with the line out. Time is up on the clock. The next break in play will be half-time. Cunningham South takes it to the 22. Spencer back for Smith for a drop goal. It's a shocker, and it's away to the left. A dead set shocker. And that will be half-time. Well, he can kick penalty goals, but he certainly can't take drop goals, it seems. Well, honestly, I don't know that that was the option, really. That was just a tired team. Both sides obviously keen to get to the break. Honestly, that shot at drop goal, I probably would have liked, if I'm the coach, I probably would have liked to have seen more a contestable ball, maybe. I mean, if they had to kick it, a dead set shocker of a drop goal attempt like that, I'd probably rather see you put the ball up and we'll have contestable ball and maybe come away with a try or a penalty or something. In the end, they walk away with nothing, and the All Blacks maintain this slender lead going into the break, 14 points to 12. The message in the sheds from Scotty Razor will be pretty clear. Clean up the discipline. Clean up the handling. So much dropped ball. I'm pretty sure that out of the 7 scrums that have gone down, I would say 5 of them have been All Blacks dropped ball. That is unacceptable for an All Blacks team. 7 penalties, unacceptable by any team at international level. Penalties given away in that first half. So discipline and handling needs to be tidied up by the All Blacks. They've shown that they can score tries pretty much with ease. Both their tries have been fairly simple, whereas England, honestly, no disrespect to England, but they haven't looked like scoring a try. Not once. If the All Blacks can clean up their discipline, they should do it fairly comfortably in the end, but that, of course, is easier said than done. England are right in this. And it's going to be a glorious second half. All right, we'll have ourselves a quick break here for halftime. 14 points to 12. The All Blacks just in the lead. Just doing enough. What will the second half bring? We will find out right after this here on the Wasted World of Sports. Cheers for being with us so far. Oh, actually, before I hop off for a quick break, the stream's not ending either, by the way. I'm just pop off for half time myself and have a little bit of a rest the voice. 28 points to 12 still in the rugby league. England over Samoa, 62 and a half minutes gone. All right, we'll have ourselves a quick break and we'll be right back for the second half. All Blacks versus England, shaping up to be a great game. It's been very enjoyable so far. Looking for much more of the same here in the second 40. Back right after this.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pants last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a low, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all the big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our steins. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah! We'll fly.
All right, Wasted Water Sports, welcome back. Halftime, 14 points to 12, the All Blacks. 2 tries to none, holding on to a slender lead here over England, who have been very, very valiant in their display. Tania Godwin says maybe they decided to give England some hope and will come out blazing for the second half. Look, we've got to give credit where credit is due. And England have performed well. I just that England just haven't looked like scoring a try. That's my only thing. So it's hard to see where their points are potentially going to come from here in the second half. Jamie George, I hope. But we'll see. We'll see. The second half could really open up, though, at the same time. Now, I've got to see. Oh, England have scored again in the rugby league. 67 minutes gone, and that will surely be enough now. Jack Wellesby has scored. Harry Smith has converted. And it's 34 points to 12. England over Toa Samoa. looking like clean sweeping that 2-match series, which is really, I mean, disappointing, honestly. 2 big victories for England. Credit to them. But I would have thought, in all honesty, Samoa would put on better performances than that. I really, really did. 1 hour, 50 minutes until qualifying in the Brazilian Grand Prix as well. Lando Norris did take the victory in the Brazilian sprint race, but it was far from convincing. McLaren got the 1-2, but that little crybaby Max Verstappen was right behind him on their tail. The big baby does have a grid drop penalty, though, for the main race, so that's good. Even if he does manage to qualify pole, he does have the grid drop. But anyway, I digress. 14 points to 12, and we have a big second half incoming here. England against the All Blacks. Can England manufacture a try? That's what we're looking out for here. If they can manufacture a try, you would have to say that England would be favourites to go away and win this game. But at the moment, just doing it in threes, I did say at the top of the game, I wasn't convinced that England would be able to do it going up in threes, but it seems like they might. The way this is going, the All Blacks just giving away so many penalties, just lacking the basics. We are clearly in the middle of a phase of All Blacks rugby where they're rebuilding. A lot of superstars have retired. A lot of superstars have moved on to play overseas, so they don't qualify. And they're feeling the pinch a little bit, I think, the All Blacks. So they're just going through that rebuild phase, which is why I'm surprised at Scotty Razor not putting the cleaners through the squad when he first took over. It almost seemed like he was very tentative to make any changes. I'm glad that he's made the change. Beauden Barrett is outplaying Damien McKenzie in every single facet of the game. I can only imagine if Damien McKenzie were playing in the starting fly half role tonight, I can only imagine what this scoreline would be. With the defensive pressure that England have been applying and the way that Damien McKenzie just folds under the defensive pressure, I think England would be ahead, well and truly. They would have even got a couple of tries, I dare say, because of the extra field position and territory they would have had. But again, that's just me harping on about poor old D-Mac. It'll be interesting to see what happens when he gets onto the field a little later on. Damien McKenzie in the number 23 jumper, which I think is his best spot. His best spot is coming in off the bench. Does Will Jordan get taken off? This will be interesting. Where does Damien McKenzie slot into this team when he comes off the bench? Does he come in at 10? Will Jordan to the maybe Will Jordan goes to the wing, and Caleb Clark can have a sit down because Caleb Clark's been very quiet tonight. I don't know. I don't want McKenzie. Maybe McKenzie can come in at fullback. We can keep Barrett at fly half, and Jordan can shift to the wing. Caleb Clark has really not thrown his hand up tonight. Artie Sarvea's been very quiet. That could be a turning point in the second half. Artie Sarvea has not got himself into this contest at all. Very unusual. Wallace Sititi has been the standout for the All Blacks. In terms of the forwards, Wallace Sititi, another outstanding game. Just the one mistake. It was a biggie. It was a huge mistake. But still, another great game from Wallace and Gromit Sititi. commercial here for From. If anybody's watching that, very enjoyable series. So, Scotland versus Fiji is very much doable. Very much doable. We'll see. We'll have to see how I'm feeling after this one. It wasn't initially in my plans, but we can certainly make it part of the plan. Not too late. It's never too late. I always forget how long the halftime breaks are in rugby. I feel like the rugby union halftime breaks are just a little bit longer than in the rugby league. Because we're still waiting. Tania Godwin says, if Scotland win, you'll hear the drums and bagpipes from there. Probably, yeah. If Scotland win, I love the confidence as well, by the way. But no, that's fair. Giving credit where credit is due. We talked about it in terms of this English performance. But credit where credit is due to Fiji as well. Fiji, in the 15-man game, have really turned things around. Remember a time where Fiji were purely a sevens team. Sevens rugby was all they could play. And we're finally starting to see some dividends in the 15-man code for Fiji. I still remember calling the latest Rugby World Cup where Fiji got the win over the Wallabies. What a moment. What a moment that was. It really, really was such a glorious piece of viewing. Second half is underway. England with the kickoff. All Blacks secure the ball inside their 22. Ratima fires it off to Amua. 14 points to 12. Can the All Blacks go on with the job here in the second? Ratima with the box kick, making it contestable up towards halfway. Taken well at the back, though. England have got the ball just inside their own half. Earl darts back to the blind side. Ruck ball on halfway. Spencer's got it at the back. Box kick. Contestable here for England. Tapped back by England. Lost forward. Forward first by the All Blacks. Well, that's the wrong call by Angus Gardner. That was tapped back by England first. And I think he's got the call now from the touchy. I think he got the call from the touch judge. And it will be All Black scrum. And a minute 15 into the second half, Tupou Vai is coming off the field and Patrick Tuipulotu is heading on. Well, that's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Tupou Vai, a minute 15 into the second half. I mean, why even send him out there? Why not just make the replacement at the halftime break? That makes very little sense to give him 1 minute 15 seconds playtime in the second half. Maybe they were just, well, in fairness, they could have just been waiting for a scrum or line out, some form of set piece. And it just happened to be a minute 15 in. Scrum down here for the All Blacks, though. As I said, the referee obviously got the call from the touchy. Artie Surveyor at the back of the scrum. Been very, very quiet in that first half. Can he have a big second half to lead the All Blacks to victory? Ratima releases it. And a big run there from Caleb Clark. He sent Spencer rolling backwards. Cut out pass to Jordan. Jordan's wrapped up. England get a toe through on the ball. Talea goes back to collect it, but he's under the pump here. Talea. The All Blacks scramble well, but they've lost ground again. This English defense, it has been amazing. They're just racing up on the All Blacks, putting them under pressure, and the All Blacks just continuously losing ground. And Beauden Barrett with the clearing kick. Not a lot of distance found, and England will have a line-out throw here in pretty good field position. They go over the back. It's loose. It sits up for Sititi, and the All Blacks come away with it. It was a scrappy line-out ball. Now Barrett with the clearing kick. Nobody at the back. He finds space. But England get back. Freeman from inside the 22 makes good contact, but puts it over the line about 30 metres out. And that is a net gain for the All Blacks. Good vision there from Beauden Barrett. And good work from Sititi to secure the loose ball. Amua goes to the front. Tap down to Ratima. Ratima into midfield. Beauden Barrett up to Talea, who sets up the ruck in midfield. Sititi with another strong carry. Gets the offload away. And here's Tuipulotu. Just come onto the field. And immediately makes an impact. Ratima passes it, and it's intercepted by Smith. Smith is away. He doesn't have the pace, Smith, but he's got the support. And here comes Waboso. Waboso will score. And I wondered where England would get their tries from. Well, there's where they will get it from. An intercept from Marcus Smith. Cortez Ratima pushed the pass. And Marcus Smith, he didn't have the pace, but he found the players who did. Smith was run down, but he had some flyers lurking up inside him, and they got the ball very quickly to Waboso, and they weren't going to stop him that close to the line. Emmanuel Fa'i Waboso scores beside the posts, and England have stormed into the lead here. Smith with the conversion makes it 19 points to 14. 45 minutes gone. Huge moment in this game. I asked the question. I raised it. Where will England get their points from? There you go. An intercept down the short side. All Blacks get us back underway. Ben Earl takes it. Oh, there's a big way. New Zealand are losing. They are losing in a big way right now. Box kick. Spencer clears. Up towards halfway. All Blacks will have the line-out throw. 40 metres out from England's line. Tania Godwin says this is rubbish from the All Blacks. So disappointing. Amua throws to the front. Tapped down. And released into midfield. Barrett to Talea. A flat pass at best there to Geordie Barrett. Sititi. Wrapped up in midfield. Ratima goes left to Tuipulotu. He's made an impact since he's come onto the field. Sititi again. He's getting through so much work. Wallace, Sititi. But the All Blacks lose ground. Again, this defense from England, so intense. The All Blacks have been marched back 20 metres. Short pass there from Barrett. Almost puts Will Jordan through. But England's defence holds firm. Loose ball on the ground. Sam Cane up to halfway. Again, the inside ball. Tamati Williams this time. They're fancying their chances here, the All Blacks down the short side. And Sititi again into space. Inside England territory. Barrett with the kick. Finding space in behind, but it's going to go too deep. Beauden Barrett needs this to pull up. It doesn't. It goes over the dead ball line. And will come all the way back for a scrum. Where Beauden Barrett kicked this. A dejected-looking Scott Robertson up there in the coach's box. He'll be wondering where he went wrong. He's gone from multiple Super Rugby victories with the Crusaders, taking on the most prized role in the game, the All Blacks head coaching gig. And things are just not going his way. To say the very least. I don't know why Beauden Barrett even decided for the kick there. But anyway, we've seen a lot of scrums tonight. And here's another one with England having the feed. Both teams have been very solid on their own feed. And once again, England secure possession easily. Crossfield kick. It's loose. It's taken, though, by Tommy Freeman. Not a lot of meters made on that crossfield kick. Earl takes it up over halfway. Smith. Out the back it goes to Slade. Slade beats one, gets on the outside, creates some space for Waboso, who cuts back in field, and they march into All Black territory, but over the top of the ball and securing the turnover. A penalty to the All Blacks. Crucial. Great work there on the ground. Barrett thumps it into touch. And the All Blacks will have line-out throw 22 metres out from England's line. 50 minutes gone. The All Blacks find themselves in a situation where they must be the next to score. Over the top of the line-out, they've lost the ball forward. The execution is lacking. The discipline is lacking. The All Blacks are in absolute shambles at the moment. Have you ever seen anything like this? Well, we have in the mid to late 90s. Was the last time we've seen the All Blacks this poor. Another knock on. Another scrum feed for England. Sloppy line-out ball. Plenty of time left in this game. Plenty of time for them to turn it around. scrum down. Big shove here from the All Blacks. Collapses. England managed to release the ball, though. And they've got possession at the back. Pick and go from George Martin. Loses the ball. All Blacks back in possession. Barrett to Clark. Clark straightens. Beats one. Clark is still going. He's brought down just outside the 22. Counter ruck is good from England. Ratima scoops up the loose ball. All Blacks still in possession. Tui Pelotu making some inroads. Tania Godwin says this team has been pumped up as Razor's best ever. Well, even I said that, Tania. And they've come up with another loose ball, another dropped ball. The All Blacks, another mistake. England in possession. Oh, this has been a disgraceful performance. Yeah, I've got to say, Tania, even I said that this was the best looking All Black squad that Razor has picked. And they are getting absolutely pumped here by England as they roll out the changes now. England rolling out the changes. Finn Baxter coming on. Sergeant Backstein says this is what happens when you don't have South Africa teams in Super Rugby to give you that edge. I actually agree with that 100%. The quality of All Blacks play has dipped since COVID, since the South African teams departed Super Rugby. I 100% agree with that. As England come away with the line-out ball, and they spill it. Gone backwards, says the referee. Well, I don't know about that. Angus Gardner has said that's gone backwards. I am not sure about that at all. But anyway, England put the kick through. Pressure on Will Jordan at the back. Will Jordan just shadows it over the sideline. And I would need to see that on replay. I think they got away with a knock on there. Pressure on the line-out throw now. Oh, England have got the line-out throw because it was a 50-22. Experimental rules, 50-22. Stolen by Tui Pelotu at the front, but it goes straight back over the sideline. And England will get another opportunity. Of course, the experimental rules, England with the 50-22 means they get the line-out throw. They go to the back, secure the ball and set up the rolling maul. That was a lot better. 22 metres out from the try line. Rumbling forward here. England told to use it. Looking to release it. Scott Barrett's all over this one. And they collapse it. And this will be All Black scrum feed. Fabulous defence of the rolling maul. But New Zealand, another crucial turnover. England leading 19 points to 14. Approaching the last quarter of this match. Another scrum about to form. Scrums have been pretty even. Both teams have been very secure on their own feed. You get the feeling, though, if there is going to be a scrum turnover, it would be England putting the shunt on. But no, All Blacks secure the ball. Geordie Barrett takes it to the line, just outside the 22. Ratima Fires it back for Bodie. Bodie across to Jordan. Jordan puts some fancy footwork on, throws a forward pass to Artie Sarvea, and that's a big mistake. Inside their own 22, and England are pumped. England have got all the momentum here. The All Blacks. This has just been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Will Jordan, of all people, you don't see him make mistakes like that. That is just the defensive pressure that England are applying. More points here for England would make this very difficult for the All Blacks, to say the least. And should they go on and lose, where to for the All Blacks and Scott Robertson? Free kick, an early push, and a free kick for England at scrum time. An early shove, the All Blacks feeling the pressure. "57 minutes gone. Marcus Smith puts it in the air. Pressure here. Contestable ball. Lost backwards. It sits up. England have got it. England are half a metre short. They drive over the line and they're held up. The All Blacks defence just holds on. That could have been a big moment. That was so close for England. The All Blacks go short with the restart. Clark taps the ball back for Tui Pelotu, and Tui Pelotu comes away with it. Important ball there for the All Blacks. Barrett with the clearance up towards halfway. Doesn't find touch. It's taken at the back by Furbank. Furbank links up with Smith. Smith beats Kane, but is brought down. Numbers out to the right. It's been knocked on by Caleb Clark. Advantage here for England. The England fans, the home crowd, calling for a deliberate knockdown, but I don't think it was. And now England spill the ball. Play on, says the referee. Advantage has been played, and Amoa runs away with it. Numbers to the left here for the All Blacks. Beauden Barrett shifts it to Geordie. Geordie to Caleb Clark. Clark has got space for the first time tonight. Pops it back into Beauden Barrett, and Beauden Barrett will score. Beauden Barrett scores. A chorus of boos rain out across the stadium because they wanted a longer advantage. They're going to have a look at this. Angus Gardner has said, time off. We need to have a look. It's gone up as a try. We're going all the way back to see if there was a deliberate knock-on from Caleb Clark. We are going a long way back here. Clark definitely got hands on it. There's no question about the fact that Clark got hands on this. He's just making a tackle. He's just making a tackle. That's all he's doing. He is just making a tackle. But I feel like the home fans will have the last say here, and this will get called back. And if it gets called back, Caleb Clark's going to be having to sit down. He's just in the process of making a tackle. This will be a very interesting call. Oh, it's going to be a knock-on, so it's going to be no try. It's no try. It's a penalty to England for a deliberate knock-on. Well, he's got to be sent off. He's got to be marched for 10 minutes. If it's called a deliberate knockdown, it has to be 10 in the bin, but he's escaped it. And England will surely have the shot at 3 here. England surely have the crack at 3 points. $19 points to 14. And a chance here for Marcus Smith to extend the lead by 3 more points. Approaching the back quarter of this match. And the back quarter is where the All Blacks have really struggled to come up with points in recent times. $19-14. A gift 3 points here for Smith. It is about to be 22-14. Moves in. Strikes it well right down the middle again. Marcus Smith. 22-14. 20 minutes remaining. England with an 8-point lead. Changes for the All Blacks. Changes for England. Ratima comes off. Damien McKenzie's on. It'll be interesting to see how they reshuffle the back line. Roigard is on. England secure the kickoff. Spencer sets up the box kick from inside the 22. He can find touch on the full. Keeps it in field. Barrett to McKenzie. McKenzie brings it back up over the halfway. All Blacks in possession. Tui Pelotu in midfield. A good carry. Scott Barrett out the back to McKenzie. Bowden pops it over for Tamati Williams. Sititi back in field for Williams. Some nice interplay there between the backs and the forwards. Savia caught in midfield. Fighting for meters. Ball is out. Roigard fires it across to McKenzie. McKenzie for Geordie Barrett. Tui Pelotu rocked backwards in the tackle this time. Tui Pelotu is absolutely thumped. The All Blacks pushed back to halfway. Savea again. A very quiet game for Artie. Now Rieko Ioane. Nowhere to go. This is solid defense from England. Inside ball. It almost opens up. Good defense again. Roigard's brought to ground. Down the short side they go. Ioane to Sititi. Sititi in open space. Looks to get the arms free. He's brought down just outside the 22. England are over the top of this and win the turnover. England get the penalty. High fives all around. England, you just get the feeling that they are riding this wave of momentum all the way to victory. 18 minutes remaining. Curry winning the turnover. Just when the All Blacks looked like they were getting some go forward. And Curry says, I'll have that ball. Thank you very much. Smith with the touch finder. Hands down, this defense from England. In the second half, it's been absolutely amazing. Big line-out throw, this one. 62 minutes, 30 gone, 22-14. England lead by 8. Line-out throw on halfway. They go to the middle and secure the ball, England. They release it immediately. And George Ford with the crossfield kick, taken in the air by Waboso. And Waboso goes to ground, sets up the ruck. New Zealand over the top of it, win the penalty. Waboso holding on. And that's a big penalty there for the All Blacks. And they find touch well inside England territory. The All Blacks have to dig deep here. They have to find the spirit of All Blacks teams past. How many times have the All Blacks broken hearts? They broke Irish hearts. They've broken Wallaby hearts. They've broken Springbok hearts. With comeback wins in the dying stages, is this new generation of All Blacks capable? We're about to find out. They go over the top to Barrett from the line out. Beauden Barrett to Tui Pelotu now in midfield. 22 metres out from the line. Roigard across to Tuangafasi. Mox on TikTok. I'm from Australia, mate. So very, very early in the morning for me right now. All Blacks still in possession. Roigard to Sititi. Sititi sets up another one in midfield. Running out of options here, the All Blacks. Pick and go, though, from Amua. Spills the ball now, Roigard, and it's going to be another scrum. It's another dropped ball. Another dropped ball. Another mistake. Oh, the All Blacks are an absolute shell of their former selves at the moment. A clear rebuilding phase here. And poor is Scotty Razor Robertson going to survive? That is the question. Geordie Barrett's off the field. So that would mean, who's on for him? Leonard Brown, I suppose. 15 minutes remain in this match. Leonard Brown does indeed come on for Geordie Barrett. Will Scotty Razor Robinson survive? We wanted him in the job. We wanted Ian Foster out. We wanted Scott Razor Robertson in. But the results have not improved. They've almost gone backwards, to be honest. Fair play to Fozzie. But the results under Razor have almost declined. England win the scrum. Ford clears. Finds touch just shy of the halfway line. All Blacks will have the line-out throw. 15 minutes remaining. Absolutely must be the next to score. And they need 2 points. Not 2 points. They need at least two blocks of scoring. The All Blacks here. They need a try, either 2 tries or a try and a penalty goal. Trailing by 8. Big throw here for Asofa Amua. Goes to the front. Sititi claims it. Back to Roigard. To Beauden Barrett. And Caleb Clark now in midfield. Sititi again. Oh, he's been immense here. Sititi. Tui Pelotu. Has had some strong carries since he's come on. Up the middle, play on. England over the top of this one. Can't come away with the ball. Numbers to the left. If they can get it there, the All Blacks have given the turnover away to Itoje. In over the top of the ball on his feet. and wrestles it away. And a penalty now for offsides. Oh, England have got this game well and truly in control. They are cruising to victory here, England. The All Blacks getting in each other's way, giving away penalties, dropping the ball, doing everything possible to lose this game and being successful at it. Oh! A penalty to the All Blacks. All right, I swear to Christ, originally Angus Gardner had his arm up in England's favour. He's given the penalty. There must have been something happen in back play. Oh, yeah, diving in at the legs. That's what the penalty's for. So it was fair play from Itoje. So the penalty was originally given to England, but the TMO has interjected and found that foul play. And they'll take the 3 here, New Zealand, you would think. Trailing by 8. The 3 points from right out in front makes it a 5-point differential with 14 minutes to play. It's a no-brainer to me. An absolute no-brainer. Well, that was just silly there from England. Oh, you're joking, the Haunterium. This is not on TV in the UK? That is disgraceful. Oh, it'd be on, it'd be on Sky Sports, yeah? But Sky Sports is a subscription service, is it? That's crazy that this is not on TV in the UK. This is a big test. As Mackenzie, it's on Discovery Plus. Wow. Okay, well, we have a Discovery channel here in Australia as well, but it's a little bit different. It's not sports. It's like nature and stuff. Beauden Barrett's leaving the field. So this is a severely makeshift New Zealand backline at the moment. 22 points to 17. And England get us back underway. All Blacks secure the ball. 13 minutes remaining. The All Blacks have set us up for a big finish here. The box kick clearance doesn't find... Oh, it does find some good distance up towards the halfway line. And they can look to put pressure on this line-out throw. 22 points to 17 it is. Even if that scoreboard has not updated yet. There we go. It's updated now. And a big finish incoming. England with the line-out throw. Uncontested at the front. They try to set up the rolling more, but it goes straight to ground. But England have it on halfway. Box kick here from Randall. The chase is good. Waboso flying through, but spills it forward. And Sititi has it at the back now for the All Blacks. Mackenzie, they're going to run it. Talea. That's forward. That's hugely forward. And that will be advantage over as well. And it's going to be scrum down for England. Or do we come back for the knock-on against Waboso? This will be a big call from Angus because he's played a very short knock-on advantage all night long. I would say if he's consistent, that would be advantage over. I haven't seen what he's called yet. 11 minutes remaining in this game. 5 points the difference. A converted try would win it for the All Blacks. A penalty would be good enough for England. We have come back for the All Blacks scrum feed. Big push here from the All Blacks. Forcing England to jam in and collapse. And that is a massive penalty. Huge penalty at scrum time. Wasted World of Sports coming to you live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on TikTok. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you are joining us from. Covering the NRL, covering the Pacific Championships Rugby League, and bringing you all the autumn international action here in the Rugby Union. All Blacks, fine touch off that penalty inside England territory. Whoops, I've just broken my microphone stand. They've thrown over the back and it's loose, and England dive on it. Execution lacking once more from the All Blacks, and they have handed possession back to England. Time is starting to run out now. We're inside the last 10. Randall with the box kick. All Blacks are under it. Caleb Clark has got the ball. So they're back in possession. Ball is out, says Angus. Roigard clears it to Mackenzie. Mackenzie puts it high in midfield. Talea chasing through. Talea competes. Talea wins the ball, but he has it ripped away. Knocked on by England. It's back and forth. Play on. Roigard clears it to Jordan. Mackenzie, cut out pass to Clark. Clark throws it over the sideline. And will come back for the knock-on against England. Just inside their own half. The execution of the All Blacks here just lacking. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. It feels like tonight anyway. The All Blacks execution, it's usually so slick and precise. But that's not what we're seeing tonight. 8 minutes to go. A try will level the score. New Zealand have the scrum feed. Scotty's up. Scotty Razor. He is up in the coach's box. He can't sit down. He's very fidgety. He's feeling the pressure. I mean, honestly, if they lose this autumn series, does he keep his job? We know that the New Zealand rugby public are very unforgiving. They'll be calling for his head if they drop any further down the rankings. All Blacks got a penalty off the last scrum. They get another big shove on here. The All Blacks get penalty advantage. They have started to dominate at scrum time. And now Talea in midfield to Rieko Ioane. Roigard goes quick. Still under penalty advantage. We come back for the penalty. Well, do you take the 3? Nah, it's a bit far out. You'd have to consider it, though, surely. Make it a 2-point ball game. I dare say they'll plug this into the corner, though. And yes, that is indeed what they're doing. Oops, I've just closed my... I've accidentally closed my Formula 1 page down here. I want to know when... Okay, so we're still an hour away from F1 qualifying. We're all good. The All Blacks fine touch inside England's 22. This is a huge line-out throw. Asafo Amua. A big, big throw. He goes to the front. Tuipulotu taps it down and the All Blacks are in possession. They've got the ball inside the 22. Kane rumbles it forward. Plants it back. What can they come up with here? England's defence well and truly intact at the moment. Roigard sends it into midfield. Savea. They go left again. Kane draws in a few more defenders. Pick and go from Amua. Told to release so he can go to ground. They're inside the 22. Mackenzie to Ioane. Ioane fights through a couple of tackles. They're 10 out now. Roigard goes from the base of the ruck. Almost scoots through. Tosi Sets up another one. Roygaard looking for Kane. There is Sam Kane. Out the back it goes. Now for Ioane again. Dummies. Goes on his own. Plants it back. Roygaard's lost it forward. Penalty advantage right out in front. The All Blacks have got a chance now. They get the penalty. Oh, they wanted to release that ball and shift it, I'm sure. Right out in front. 5 meters out. 6 minutes remaining. They're having a big discussion right now. It's a gift 3 points. Do they back themselves to score the try? Or do they take the points and back themselves to march all the way back down here? Oh, they're going to tap. They are going to tap. Roygaard. Cut out pass. And it's huge defense from England. They get on the front foot there defensively. The All Blacks have lost ground off that play, but they're still in possession. Sititi. 15 metres out from the try line. Roygaard to Savea. Very bunched up here. The All Blacks attack. Just 5 minutes to go. A try will almost... in over the topper and off his feet. Penalty advantage for the All Blacks. Mackenzie to Jordan. Pops it out for Talea. Talea gets on the outside. Talea scores in the corner. Talea will tie the game up with his second try. Playing under penalty advantage. They threw everything at it. And finally, they have broken the English defence here in the second half. 22 points all. Conversion to come from out wide. Damian McKenzie with the clutch conversion attempt. Can he redeem everything that we've ever said about him with this sideline conversion? 22 points all. The conversion to come. Talea gets his second. Once again, too much strength. Talea dancing down the sideline. This is now a huge conversion attempt. Damian McKenzie. 3.5 minutes to play. It's on target. McKenzie just shades it in beside the posts. And the All Blacks are back in the lead. 24 points to 22. Now England will go deep with the restart and look to force a penalty. For the All Blacks, they look to secure the restart and they will kick the ever-living bollocks out of the ball. No, England go short and they tap the ball back. Well, that probably took the All Blacks by surprise as well. England are now in possession. No penalties will be the order of the day here for the All Blacks. England spread wide to the left. Huge hit from Tuipulotu. Sititi on the edge of giving away a penalty there. England in midfield. Ford sends it out wide to the right. Bumping off one is Freeman. Ford holds the pass up. Caleb Clark comes up with the ball. It's loose from Ford. And now Roygaard clears it upfield. Nobody at the back for England. But we come back for a penalty. There's a penalty and a card. Taken off the ball. A yellow card and a penalty to England. Taking out the man. And they will surely have a shot at posts here. And it's Anton Leonard-Brown. Yep, clear cut, clear as day. Anton Leonard-Brown. No questions asked there. Well, this is going to be upgraded to a red. The yellow is immediately going to be upgraded to a red for Leonard-Brown. Head-on-head contact. And that's well, he's off for 10 regardless, so Anton let it brown. He's off for 10 regardless. But they're having a look at the high shot here. And it might be upgraded to red for whatever that's worth. He's off for the rest of the game. Regardless, there's only 2.5 minutes left. Penalty to England. It's about 45 meters out. Oh, probably not that far. Well, 45 meters on the angle. I believe this penalty is about 35 meters out from posts and about 15 or 20 to the right of it. And this will be upgraded to a red. Anton Leonard Brown, I'm sure. But as I said, he's already been given a yellow. He's already been given a yellow. So the yellow is upgraded to a red. But the All Blacks will play in the remainder of this game a man down anyway. And England will have a chance here. England will have a crack at goal to take a 1-point lead with 2 minutes remaining. And they've been given options. Which one do they take? They're marching back in field. It's a little bit further back, but it's right in front. They've got two options here, England. There is a penalty on halfway, but it is much more in front. Or there's a penalty closer to the post, but it's a lot further out. They get the choice right now, and they are taking the closer shot further out wide. George Ford will step up for his first shot at goal. Marcus Smith has been perfect all night long, but he is off the field. George Ford will have a chance to steal the lead here for England late. All right, here's 38 meters out, 10 meters in from touch. 38 meters out, 10 meters in from the sideline to give England a 1-point lead. 2 minutes remain in this game. This is very, very kickable. This is a very, very kickable goal. 45 meters on the angle. George Ford, his first kick of the night. Can he come in clutch? 22-24. Ford moves in, strikes it. It's hanging out to the right. It's coming back. It hits the post. It hits the post. And the All Blacks are in possession. Then they've lost the ball. The All Blacks have knocked the ball on. There's a minute and a half remaining. George Ford has missed the shot at goal, and the All Blacks have knocked it on. I have seen everything in this game now. I have seen it all. England can scrum down. England can take a pot at drop goal. George Ford will get a chance of redemption. One minute remaining. Look for the All Blacks to put a big shunt on here. George Ford is in behind the scrum. George Furbank is in behind the scrum. Big shot from the All Blacks. Massive scrum. And they've put pressure on England. They're racing through. George Ford does not get a kick away. And the All Blacks now rumble over the top. England still have possession. 20 seconds to go. We're looking for the drop goal, or do England play for the penalty? All Blacks have given away so many penalties tonight. Surely there will be another one incoming at some point. Tui Pelotu just rolls away in the nick of time. Sarvea resisting the urge here. Where are they set up here, England? George Ford is just lurking in behind the ruck. He's a long way back. Another phase out to the right. Now they fire it back for Ford. Here it comes. No. They sold me on the dummy. Ford is waiting. Now it comes for Ford. The charge down attempt. They miss it. And it's off. Is it over? He's missed it, George Ford. He's missed the drop goal. Away to the right. And the All Blacks are going to win this game 24 points to 22. George Ford has missed the drop goal. Oh, he hangs it out horribly to the right. Why did they substitute Marcus Smith? That is the question I have to ask. Marcus Smith was kicking with 100% accuracy. And George Ford comes on in the 62nd minute. And he has failed to come up with the clutch moments. Oh, wow. Wasted World of Sports. I am so happy that I got up for this one. And honestly, I got up for this one because we covered here on the channel the New Zealand versus Tonga game in the Rugby League Pacific Championship. And then I had a little nap time. And then I got myself up for this one. And I'm so glad that I did. I mean, that right there is rugby. I mean, we cover a lot of games here. We've watched a lot of sports, and we get a lot of stinkers. But when you get a game like that, oh, it's been such a good day. I mean, even the Kiwis-Tonga game went down to the wire. Wow. The All Blacks have done just enough. 24-22. Exhausting, says the Hauntarium. Absolutely. Talea, man of the match, surely. And I've got to raise my hand here and say, Mark Talea, he was probably the man that I questioned being in the squad. I had backed Caleb Clark all the way, and Caleb Clark had a really quiet game. And Mark Talea was a standout. Wallace Sititi was a standout again. Wallace Sititi is, what a find he's been. Seriously. Sititi has been immense since winning that All Blacks jumper. McKenzie with the kick. Hey, I've got to say, Damien McKenzie, that's his role. That is his role. Off the bench, impact player. I have hung a lot of bollocks on Damien McKenzie throughout the course of the past couple of seasons, but I've never once said that he's a bad player. I've just said that he's a bad starter at international level. He showed tonight, again, that he can come in clutch, off the bench, make an impact against tiring defenders, and, well, you know, we've never questioned his kicking ability. Damien McKenzie has found his role off the bench. Dan Jam, gutted. Oh, what a game. What a game, though. Absolutely incredible. What a match. I'm so glad that it went down to the wire like that as well. 46 minutes until qualifying in the Brazilian Grand Prix as well, by the way. Yes! Oh, I'm sorry. Totally unrelated, but I'm just seeing the headline here. Verstappen demoted in the Brazilian sprint after a virtual safety car infringement. Oh, suck on that, Maxi. A 5-second time penalty. So it drops him down to fourth. Sucked in, mate. All right. Oh, Terra Moana Tere, ahoy there, mate. Sorry I missed you in the chat. I was very, very caught up in the game. Wow. 24 points to 22. That one went down to the wire and a half. That was a very exciting game of rugby. Wasted World of Sports, bringing you all the coverage here with our alternative commentary on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok, and sharing the game on Discord. I'm actually not allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm a rebel and I don't like to play by the rules. But if you would like to look up the Wasted World of Sports on Discord, I'm not allowed to share the link. I'm just going to say, if you find Wasted World of Sports on Discord, we share the games over there as well. So you can have the commentary and the gameplay all in one. Anthony Dillon says, time to get rid of the haka. Don't think we'll ever be getting rid of the haka, mate. Tania Godwin says, TMO has ruined rugby. If the correct decision is made, I don't have a problem with it. If the correct decision is made. I think the TMO obviously has a place if it's going to lead to the correct calls being made. I do believe, though, there does need to be a limit as to how far back we can go. Because we saw a couple of times there tonight, we went back multiple phases of play to just look for things. I don't think we should be looking for things. That's where I have a problem with it, personally, as a viewer. We seem to go looking for things. So I think if there's a limit, the same way in rugby league, there's a limit as to how far back you can go. Like, you can't go back beyond the tackle before the play that they're looking at. And maybe rugby needs something like that. We can't go back more than a few phases or whatever. If they haven't figured it out by this amount of time, so be it. But anyway, it is what it is, I suppose. And there's always going to be questions. There's always going to be controversy. Especially in close, hard-fought games like the one that we saw tonight. All right, so when does the Scotland-Fiji game? I'm very tempted to do the Scotland-Fiji game. I really am. I think it's on in like 20 minutes. Yeah, it is. It's on in 20 minutes. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to see if it's even available to me on my broadcast. That's first and foremost. Scotland and Fiji is available on my... Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. Let's do it. I mean, I'm wide awake now. I've already had my sleep. Let's do it. Scotland, Fiji. On the Wasted World of Sports. So, I will very quickly end this stream and we'll set up a new one. Wasted World of Sports on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Scotland, Fiji. Why the hell not? Let's do it. So, I'll be back in about 20 minutes to cover that game. Catch you then. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. The All Blacks sneaking the win against England. And Scotland, Fiji coming up right after this. Cheers.
the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. The wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. They're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pants last. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. The wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer.